We're on the verge of the worst case scenario happening to the internet right now, and that's not an exaggeration. This is from Reuters. FCC chairman to propose reversing net neutrality rules. The head of the U.S. Federal Communications Commission on Wednesday proposed overturning the landmark 2015 Obama-era net neutrality rules that prohibit broadband providers from giving or selling access to certain internet service over others. A plan to reverse the rules, approved by the FCC under Democratic President Barack Obama, is expected to set off a fight over the future of the internet regulation. Ajit Pai, who was named chair of the FCC by President Donald Trump in January, said at a speech in Washington he was aiming to reverse rules that gave the government greater regulatory powers over internet service providers, arguing they cost jobs, and depressed investment. Quote, "Do we want the government to control the internet, or do we want to embrace the light touch approach in place since 1996 until revised in 2015? He asked. Okay, let me be really clear about this. He's lying. That's a lie. What he's doing is he's lying to you right there. Brazenly lying. So, what were the FCC rules implemented under Obama? The rules were to keep the internet exactly as it is and as it was. The internet is regulated as a public utility, which means what? You can't have internet service providers fucking with your internet. So in other words, let's say your internet service provider is Verizon, and you want to go to a site that hasn't paid Verizon what Verizon wants them to pay. Well, what Ajit Pai wants and what the Republicans want, they want the internet service providers to be able to slow down access to websites that don't pay them their bribes. So in other words, the only things you would have access to at normal speed are the various websites and companies that have made a deal with Verizon and they're part of the Verizon package deal. And, same with the others, whatever they may be, Comcast, let's say. Who do they have a deal with? Okay, those are the sites where you'll go to, it'll be normal speed, but they'll slow it down for anybody who doesn't pay them their bribes. So what the internet service providers wanted to do was give themselves more control of the internet and make it not free and not open. They want to micromanage your internet connection and slow down speeds to certain sites. They misleadingly say, no, we're just creating a fast lane for the sites that have partner deals with us. But by definition, you're creating a slower lane if you do that. So no, keep everything the same fucking speed. What are you talking about? Really? And what's going to happen? You're going to favor giant corporations who can afford to pay the bribe, and all the small businesses and smaller sites that can't afford to pay their fucking bribe to the internet service provider, they're going to get slower access and they're going to be cut out of the market. And this is continuing the corporatocracy and the takeover of our government by corporations and now of our internet by it. See, right now, and what it's been like to this point is, the FCC is regulated as a public utility, which means it's free and open, and the internet service providers can't slow down your speed to any sites. Ajit Pai and the Republicans want to change that, and they want the internet service providers to have all the control they want. This is the death of the internet. If they succeed with this, your internet is no longer free and open. It's just not. And by the way, what's to say that you won't have the government put pressure on the few internet service providers to also say, hey, not only should you slow down access to the sites that you don't have a deal with you financially, but maybe you also just kind of shut out everything that we view as fake news. So anything that questions the government too strongly, questions corporations that are in control too strongly, cut off access to them or slow them down to oblivion. So no, but here's the point. They can't win on the merits of this argument. They know they can't because they want to make the internet not free and open. They don't want to have equal access to whatever website you want to go to. They can't win by saying that. They can't win by saying, let's let the internet service providers do whatever they want and shut out access to wherever they want. So what do? They lie and they pretend like they're on the right side of the argument, and they pretend like Obama wanted it to be the case that, the internet's not free and open, and that the FCC rules made the internet not free and open. No, the FCC rules solidified the way the internet already worked. So he's fucking lying to you. Now, you already know what the Republicans are capable of. We covered the story. President Trump signed a bill that had a 6% favorability rating. Only 6% of Americans agreed with the bill that he signed about the internet. You remember what that was about? It now allows your internet service provider to sell your private information to third parties for advertising purposes and things of that nature. So, in other words, when you go on to certain websites and you give them your information, it used to be the case that it is illegal for them to take your information, whatever it may be, medical history, social security number, all that stuff. No, they can't sell it to somebody else unless they get your approval first. They need your consent. So if you put your information into a certain website, hey, look, I know it feels weird to do it, but at least you're protected. That's not sold anywhere else. They don't give it to anybody else. The Republicans and Donald Trump said, yeah, we disagree. We're going to sign a bill that allows companies that have your information to sell it to third parties so that they can try to, get your money too. They can advertise you and things like that. 6% of the American people agreed with it. The Republicans passed it. Donald Trump signed it. You think they won't? And the FCC, that doesn't even need to go through Congress. They could just change it. They could just say, yeah, we're just going to change it. There's no upside to this. This is horrific. The only slight silver lining is the Republicans are going to get wiped out. If they go down this road, they are with the 6% fucking internet thing already. And if they do this, oh, are you kidding me? No way. Even Trump's fucking alt-right fanboys, even they'll be like, nope. We see what you did. That affects us. Nope. Sorry, you're donezo. So, I don't think Trump is Trump is now surrounded by the establishment, and all he cares about is making the establishment happy and making corporate media happy. What made the corporate media happy? When he bombed Syria. So you're going to get more war from Trump, and you're going to get more actions like this because this makes everybody around him go, oh, yes, you're such a great president. You're the best president ever. Meanwhile, now everybody in the country is going, fuck you. We fucking hate you. You sell out to the establishment. That's what happens when you're vacuous and vapid. You have an empty head. You don't have any real core philosophy or ideology. And you just go, oh, where do I get approval from next? Oh, okay, the establishment and the neocons. That's where you are now. That's who he's surrounded by now. So that's why he's totally open to stuff like this. And this would be an epic disaster for everybody because this means the internet is no longer free and open.